Right, here we have the 1937 AJS 250 Model 12 engine back in one piece after I pretty much, well, not quite totally stripped it down, but I stripped the top end down and stripped the timing side and had a look, and also had a chance to feel the big end and main bearing and timing side bush and everything. And basically, some might wonder what the point was of taking this engine apart and just checking and looking at things and cleaning the odd thing and putting it all back together again. This is the other side of it here. Basically, the idea was that this engine was sort of laying around complete but unknown. It was an unknown quantity. I knew that it turned and that it appeared to have valve gear in it by the way it turned, and also a bit of compression, but that was all I knew really, and I wanted to know more. And basically taking it apart was a way of answering a few questions, because I haven't got any particular use for this engine, but should someone possibly come along one day and find that it's just what they need, I'll be able to tell them a lot more about it, because I know a lot more about it now. And whereas before it was just a complete engine that turned, and oh well, you're probably going to have to strip this to sort of see how badly worn things are and what condition they're in and everything. Now I can say, here is a complete engine that turns, has compression. On top of that, working down from the top, I know that the valves and the valve seats and the valve guides are good. I know that the piston is almost new and on a standard size, and that the cylinder has been relined and relined, and that the ring gaps are good. So all the top end is fine. I couldn't detect any play in the big end when I had the cylinder barrel off, trying to move the piston up and down against the conrod and crank pin. The small end felt very firm. The crank spun freely. There doesn't appear to be any play in the drive side main bearing. I thought that the timing side was okay as well, but it turns out I was able to measure about 5/1000ths of an inch play between the timing side main shaft and the bush. But I've seen worse than that come out of engines that have been running, to be honest. I was also able to ascertain that the cam followers are in very good condition, as are the camshafts. A little bit of wear in the camshaft bushes, but nothing terminal. So all round, that is all stuff that I just wouldn't have known before. And basically, had someone been interested in this engine, I suppose they would have made an offer sort of in line with what they were able to deduce from the outside. But now I've got videos and pictures of what it's all like inside as well, and to be honest, this engine, although not perfect, is probably in good enough shape that it could be put in a machine and fitted with a magneto and a gearbox and so on, and probably start and run pretty well and move a machine under its own power. So it's certainly got to be worth a lot more to me and anyone else than it was when it was laying in the shed gathering dust, because now, rather than being an unknown quantity, it is a known quantity. And it was a good way to fill in a few rather rare idle hours that I get these days. And I just thought to myself, right, I've got a few hours here and there to spare. What can I do? I know, I'll dig that engine out and have a look at it. And just in case anyone's interested, I've worked on a few of these. In fact, there's one down there. If we look at it, I've got videos featuring that one. Built that, I think it was over a year ago, possibly even knocking on the door of 18 months, I think. All ready to go when the owner decides that he wants to come and get it and pay for it, of course. But this one is my own, and that is, well, it'd be nice to think that it's ready for a future in a bike. I think I'll have to have a look more closely, but I think that there might be a frame that might go with this in amongst all that stuff that I bought. But one step at a time. We've now got a very nice, very interesting old AJS engine that could live a life once more, I hope.